In the Indian judicial system, cases go through various stages, depending on whether the case is civil or criminal in nature. Below is an overview of the types of suits, filing processes, and stages involved. Types of suits. Civil suits, related to property disputes, contracts, family disputes, labor disputes, etc. Criminal suits concern offenses against society or the state like theft, assault, murder, etc. Writ petitions, filed for enforcement of fundamental rights under the Constitution. Public interest litigations, PILs, filed by individuals or organizations for matters of public interest. Service matters, filed in administrative tribunals regarding government employment. Special leave petition, SLP, filed in the Supreme Court against any judgment of a high court or tribunal. Stages in civil suits. Filing of the suit, a plaint, complaint, is filed before a civil court, district court, high court, or specific tribunals. Service of summons. Once the court admits the plaint, summons are sent to the defendant. Defendant's response. The defendant submits a written statement or reply. Framing of issues. The court frames the key issues that need to be adjudicated based on the plaint and written statement. Evidence. Both parties present evidence, documents, and witnesses in support of their claims. Arguments. Lawyers present their arguments based on evidence. Judgment. The court delivers a judgment after hearing both parties. Appeal. If the judgment is not satisfactory, parties can appeal to higher courts. Stages in criminal cases. FIR. Lodging of complaint. The process begins with the filing of an FIR, First Information Report, at the police station, or a private complaint may be filed before a magistrate. Investigation. Police investigate the complaint, collect evidence, and may arrest the accused. Filing of charge sheet. Final report. After the investigation, a charge sheet is filed in the court if the investigation finds sufficient evidence. Framing of charges. The court frames charges based on the evidence provided. Trial. Prosecution evidence. The prosecution presents its evidence and witnesses. Defense evidence. The accused can present their defense and witnesses' arguments. Both sides present their legal arguments. Judgment. The court issues a verdict of guilty or not guilty. Appeal. The convicted person or the state can appeal the judgment in higher courts, special court filings. Writ petitions, filed directly in high courts or the Supreme Court under Articles 32 and 226 of the Indian Constitution. The types of writs include habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. PLs, filed in high courts or the Supreme Court for public welfare and against the violation of constitutional or legal rights of the public. Filing process. Filing of a pleading. Plaint or petition is filed with the court registry. Payment of court fees. Fees are paid depending on the type of suit and relief sought. Court registration. The plaint or petition is assigned a case number service of summons. Notice. Summons or notices are served to the opposing party, usually by court officers or advocates. Appearance in court. The parties appear before the court on the scheduled date. 6 appeals and revisions. Appeals. If a party is dissatisfied with the decision of a lower court, they can file an appeal in a higher court. Revisions. Available in criminal cases where a higher court can call for a record of the case for reviewing the decision. Review petitions. Filed in the same court that issued the judgment for a review of the decision based on some error or new evidence. Special leave petition, SLP. Filed in the Supreme Court to appeal against a high court decision, subject to the court's discretion. Execution of decree or judgment. Once a judgment is passed, if the losing party does not comply, the winning party may file an execution petition for enforcement of the decree at tribunals and specialized courts. There are also specific tribunals like the National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT, for corporate cases, and the Family Court for family disputes, where filing and procedures differ slightly, but generally follow the above structure. Each stage and type of suit follows specific rules laid down in the Code of Civil Procedure, CPC, 1908 for civil matters, and the Code of Criminal Procedure, CRPC, 1973 for criminal matters.